we moved from T+3 down to T+2 in September of 2017. And I think that it is somewhat aspirational that this is going to happen in the fall of 2024. It might get pushed out.
I'm not sure that North America would consider that approach. I don't think they ever did. I don't know whether Europe might, though. It'll be interesting to see if we go through a process here and look at it in the future. But
and then our time frame. And our time frame is a purposeful one to get fast action out of our committees. We've worked on it. We've worked on these matters for months, and in fact, years in coming together with policy.
But if Chair Gensler was capable, with the laws that exist, to do the things that he says, he would have already done them.
It allows them to send a digital asset like Circle's USDC into a receiver's digital wallet. At that point, the receiver can keep their money safe on their phone and access it conveniently in cash through off-ramps like the MoneyGram network that operates in over 180 countries.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by. Stuffing some bags. Go ahead. Throw on those moon suits. Throw on those pilot shades. Buckle up. Because the future's extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle. Into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.25 trillion, up about 0.3 in the past 24. We got XRP here right around 47.48 cents, up almost 6% in the past 7 days. Stellar XLM right around 9.5 cents. We got BTC right around 29K. ETH right around 18-19 hundo. We got Flare Networks here right around 3 cents, and Songbird right below a penny. Taking a look at the altcoin season index, we are in a Bitcoin season, falling further below into Bitcoin season at a 10. We need to be above a 75 for it to be a full-blown altcoin season. 801 XRP SIFMA is working on a project with DTCC and Deloitte to move markets to T+1. It is something that's going to be mandated and is scheduled for September 2024.
So the Securities Industry and Financial Markets Association, SIFMA, is working on a project with DTCC and Deloitte, and it's all about moving the markets to T+1, and it is something that is going to be mandated, and it's scheduled for September of 2024. We had that same thing happen several years ago in 2017. We moved from T+3 down to T+2 in September of 2017, and I think that it is somewhat aspirational that this is going to happen in the fall of 2024. It might get pushed out, but it's a great thing. And I'm keeping a keen eye on that because there is this cascading effect for other types of issuances. When the equities market moves to T+1, the FX market's going to need to coincide with those cycles. So it is a good step in that direction. And it's something that is really critical to have regulators look at this to move the markets to that way, to mandate it.
Right. So PVP can reduce risk, but actually increases it in other areas.
Got John Deaton says it must be just starting. Justin Jim Cramer says the collapse of the First Republic Bank could mark the end of the banking crisis. Mr. Man XRP Swift has confirmed via the SEC that Canada and the USA will be implementing a Big Bang approach when upgraded to T+2 on May 28th, 2024.
India made the move. They began last year in a slightly different manner to the way that North America is planning to move. They're going more of a Big Bang approach. Yeah. So India moved starting in February, I believe it was, and they started with the lowest capitalized stocks, and groups of about 100 or 500, and the final grouping of the stocks moved in February this year. So they sort of had a very different approach. It was slightly more operationally complex because they had different stock markets that had to coordinate with each other. So and the way that you sort of picked which stocks were higher capitalized was not the easiest thing to do. So it was an interesting approach. So certainly I'm not sure that North America would consider that approach. I don't think they ever did. I don't know whether Europe might, though. It'll be interesting to see if we go through a process here and look at it in the future. But we have a date now, as you saw from my meme. 28th of May 2024 is when the SEC has announced the US and Canada are moving. Now, that was a slightly controversial date. Not only is the date not a bank holiday in Canada, which is going to cause the neighbours of the US a little bit more of a headache than they wanted, but the timeline's also challenging for everyone around the world.
Digital Asset Daily, 2 months, breaking from consensus 2023. We're going to have public hearings for the next couple months and build out a bill that does what's necessary to bring clarity to digital assets. Patrick Mahenry says our time frame is purposeful, one to get fast action.
Over the next 2 months is report a bill out that deals with both the capital raising piece for digital assets all the way through how a product can go from a securities regime to a commodities regime. And also at the same time, preserve our right around products that are neither neatly into a securities or commodities regime, and the ability for people to exchange those things. So those are the two pieces of news: the joint hearing, and then our time frame. And our time frame is a purposeful one to get fast action out of our committees. We've worked on it. We've worked on these matters for months, and in fact years, in coming together with policy. But we're going to have public hearings for the next couple of months and build out a bill that deal out of the Ag Committee, now the Financial Services Committee, that does what is necessary for bringing clarity to digital assets.
Price then regulations, or regulation then price. We got Mickle, XRP Mickle. Palau does what the U.S. says. There is no doubt in my mind that the Fed greenlighted the CBDC built on the XRP ledger. The lawsuit is a smokescreen. The Federal Reserve is working with Ripple to build central bank infrastructure. There are bigger plans at play. Plans within plans. CoinDesk, a confident Patrick Mahendry, predicting that the U.S. House will produce digital asset legislation within the 2 months. He said his House of Financial Service Committee will have joint hearings with House AG in May on such a bill. U.S. House will have crypto bill in 2 months. Bags packed. We got Riz XRP digging in the crates, rewind the tape. Mr. Fresh, Mickey be fresh.
Really, the race is on as to whether or not the rules will be written by regulators enforcing their existing rules, or whether they'll be written by folks like Mr. McHenry here and his colleagues in Congress.
It's my hope that it's Congress that does this, because if Gary Gensler thought he had authorities to go after crypto in the way that he talks, he would have already done it, and they have not. In fact, we're sitting before the word Ripple, which is the big case that is roiled the Securities Exchange Commission and their very aggressive original approach.
Ripple, which is the big case that is roiled the Securities Exchange Commission and their very aggressive original approach.
But if Chair Gensler was capable, with the laws that exist, to do the things that he says, he would have already done them. I think it's really important that we have Congress define what's a digital asset and then separate out what is a security, what is a commodity. In all the work product for the administration, they say, we have to answer this question, and they don't answer the question because it's hard. It is now the work of Congress in a bipartisan, bicameral way to actually do that hard work to give form to the digital asset ecosystem. First step is stable coins. The next step is market structure, as you mentioned in the beginning, and then the trade-offs along the way to make sure that we actually support innovation, which is not a part of any of the solutions put forward by the administration so far. It's all bad. That is the default position. It's like 85-15 for these executive orders on this world is horrible, without really spending more time than the just 15% that there might be some benefit from it. I think we've got to make sure there's balance here, that we get the benefit of this technology here in the United States with our rule of law, our speech rights, our property rights, the constitutional checks and balances that we build into our system that we then export around the globe. I'd rather do that than having foreign imports of bad policy and bad regulation.
Drain the swamp, free the standard. The limitless potential of Stellar Network was showcased by Tory samples at Consensus 2023.
Most people in this room have probably never been on the receiving end of humanitarian aid, but I'm willing to bet that you've needed to be paid by an organization conveniently and reliably, maybe even across borders. It's hard. That same problem exists within the humanitarian world and is what we at SDF sought to address when building Stellar Aid Assist. This is not a small niche problem. There are over 100 million forcibly displaced people today. That's one person displaced every 2 seconds. UN agencies and NGOs send billions of dollars in cash assistance to people in need each year. Each payment can mean the difference between someone being able to provide for their family's basic needs or not. It's hard to accurately and efficiently disperse funds in these environments at this volume. Many people don't have bank accounts, either due to a lack of infrastructure or a lack of trust. Physical cash can be dangerous and subject to skimming along the way. People don't want to leave the safety of their homes to receive aid if possible. Even when local currency bank transfers are an option, that money is still subject to devaluation and can be hard to access if a person has to leave their country. Organizations often end up sending money without the ability to know exactly when the funds will arrive or guarantee that they've reached the right person. The inefficiencies of the legacy financial system disproportionately affect the marginalized and the people working to help them. Stellar Aid Assist allows organizations to deliver funds to their recipients quickly and at a low cost. Simply put, blockchain's value here is in processing bulk payments. Fast, cheap, accessible, portable, and transparent bulk payments that come in a stable form and can be cashed out globally. This first of its kind blockchain solution allows organizations to distribute instant and transparent aid at scale. It allows them to send a digital asset like Circle's USDC into a receiver's digital wallet. At that point, the receiver can keep their money safe on their phone and access it conveniently in cash through off-ramps like the MoneyGram network that operates in over 180 countries.
Welcome to the mass adoption of the utility coins, Stellar XRP. Got sentiment feed. Bitcoin whales have quietly accumulated again since profit taking above 30K on April 11th. Since the date, as price wavered and dipped down slightly, addresses holding 110K BTC have collectively added 64,000 BTC back in their bags. We got Anders X Bobway telling us why ISO 222 migration for cross-border payments is a big deal for Ripple. Read this carefully since he's an ex-employee of Ripple. He understands it very well. ISO 222 is way bigger than you might think at first. It replaces the previous Swift standard MT and MX and it adds a lot of other things. It says the reason the 2022 transition is extremely helpful to Ripple bank sales team is this means that every bank is required to implement new technology. But even if the banks wait for settlement, their 222 upgraded system become much easier for Ripple to integrate with them. That creates a much larger pool of on-demand liquidity compatible banks. Know what you hold. Carl from the Moon chart double bottom on the crypto total market cap. Xrp Crypto, honestly, anyone that can read should not put his money in banks. Crypto and decentralization of money is only hope for the average Joe. There's more than 22 trillion in the U.S. banking system. The FDIC has 1.245 billion on its balance sheet and 100 billion line of credit from the U.S. Treasury. FDIC assets cover only 1.26% of deposits, about the size of Silicon Valley Bank. One bank. Let that sink in. Another one from Xrp Crypto, XRP fib channel, key points. XRP did 5 attempts to close above the fib channel 1.0 but failed. However, the longer it takes XRP to establish solid foundation, the more rigid it is the foundation. Key price points to watch out: support 40 cents, 36.5, strong support 28, black swan event 17 cents, major resistance $58.25. XRP. XRP Army, stay ready. And with that being said, know what you hold, because this is how early you are. People who have owned crypto, people who have heard of XRP, people who own XRP, people who own 25K XRP. Small percentage. Welcome to the new 1%. When the temptation to sell is high, but your HODL game and those diamond hands are much stronger, the longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP. Rich list, where will you be when that XRP price glitch finally goes live? Catch you up here. At the tippy top, I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD. Buy up those bags. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below. Drop an elbow on that like button from the top rope. Catch you up here, top floor, Vegas, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Bring your own billions. Peace out, crypto.
Live a lifetime, better seize it. Been getting to these bags all bear season. Eating, big bull season. Rise of the phoenix. 1% on me, they gon' call us genius. Busters want your bags in, why they so mad? Your ass fell asleep like a quick nap. I told you wake your ass up, better get that. Generational wealth, yeah, we got that. More than those, generational, generating big bags. Hyper motion lottery, hope you got to that bag. I be stuffing